When the teams last met at Ibrox a couple of months ago, Kelly Thistle were blown away 5-0 down and out by half-time. They did beat Rangers twice during Paul Le Guen's ill-fated spell in charge, but not since. Ian Black will continue to give his all for Inverness, despite agreeing to join Hearts at the end of the season, although that move may yet happen this month. John Cowie is another who's out of contract come the end of the season. He's even been linked with Rangers. Newcastle, meanwhile, have confirmed their interest in Rangers captain Barry Ferguson. We'll no doubt hear from Walter Smith about that after the game. And Kelly Thistle have every reason to fear Chris Boyd. He scored a devastating hat-trick inside a quarter of an hour against Inverness at Ibrox on the opening day of November. Dougie McDonald's in charge. It's hardly been a happy new year for Kelly Thistle, bottom of the SPL now, facing a frantic fight for survival. They are seriously toiling. Rangers have only won 2 of their last 6 away games, and their next 2 away games in the SPL are at Aberdeen and Celtic. So a significant improvement is required on their travels. And quite simply, a victory is an absolute must today. Sasa Papac for Pedro Mendes. And an early free kick as Barrowman slides in. Nacho Novo in plenty of space. A rare start of late for him. Barry Ferguson had got himself into the box, but Kelly Thistle had plenty of bodies there. Papac turned away by Proctor. Broadfoot's onto it. Davis. Bugera, Rangers relieved to have him back in the team, although he too has been linked with a move to Newcastle. Rangers camped inside Inverness territory in the early exchanges. Davis. It's over the head of Boyd. Novo. Confronted by Ross Tokley and McBain.
Well, Rangers have started sharply down this left-hand side with Nacho Novo playing there, and that'll be interesting against Tokley. Certainly got more pace than the right back.
Davy Weir. Hooked away by McBain, helped on by Barrowman. Bugera. He's given it away straight to Russell Duncan. Vigers. And that's cut out by Broadfoot. Mendes, free kick. There was a bit of a buzz in Rangers Hotel in Inverness last night after Celtic dropped points yesterday. But Walter Smith knows there is still a fair bit of ground to make up. Barrowman. Cowie to his left. Barry Ferguson tickles it away. Boyd and Miller. Nacho Novo. Been a serial substitute of late. But in from the start today. From the left back to the right back, Papac to Broadfoot. Bugera. Ferguson. That'll be offside against Kirk Broadfoot.
Well, you can see that Inverness are quite happy to allow Rangers to have possession when they're quite deep. They're organised, making sure it's difficult to be broken down, and that's key today for Craig Brewster, the organisation on the side.
Nacho Novo, Miller fed him, and across came Proctor. It's a Rangers corner.
Well, that's it. They can allow Rangers to have possession quite comfortably in midfield, but as soon as it goes wide, they have to close down quickly. They can't allow the ball to be thrown in like it was last week against Motherwell.
A busy start from Rangers. Davis delivers. Broadfoot. Essen sent it back to Davis. Bagheera fires it wide. Broadfoot won that. Richard Hastings with this throw. One of several long-serving players in this Cali team. Nacho Novo. Roy McBain's challenge. This is Black. McGregor's kick goes straight to Tokley. Screened by David Weir. Duncan batters that straight through.
Oh, you can be the most organised team in the world, but if you can't keep possession when there's no pressure on the ball, then you're not going to win matches. You'll lose more than your fair share. It's a poor ball there from Mr. Duncan.
Rangers are seeking a 5th successive victory over Inverness. Chris Boyd showing interest. Ferguson. Mendes takes over briefly. Miller on first time. It will trickle through to Ryan Essen.
It was the right idea though from the striking partnership.
Mendes. Davis and offside. Kenny Miller.
Well, Inverness are playing a very dangerous game. Go high up the park they are. And that's on the borderline, that one. If they keep doing that, it will spell danger.
Kenny Miller scored the 5th of Rangers' 5 goals against Cali Thistle at Ibrox in November. Nacho Novo started the scoring spree, and Chris Boyd grabbed a hat-trick in between. All 3 scorers that day out there today. Tokley. It's met by Weir. Duncan. Hastings. Davis. Broadfoot. Duncan with the challenge on Miller. If he wasn't going to get a free kick, Kurt Broadfoot was. Kenny Miller. Slammed away by Proctor, a bit more than that in fact. It's released Barrowman, and David Weir having to stretch and having a bit of a pop at Papach.
It's a good turn of pace from Davy Weir.
Not bad for a 38-year-old. Mendes. Miller. Ferguson returning it in Miller's direction, but Rangers held up by Grant Munro. Duncan now for McBain. Black. McBain. Cowie. And he's gone for the return. And here is Vigurs, and that touch just took it away and allowed Broadfoot to make the challenge, but it was reasonably incisive from Cali Thistle.
Yeah, that was good passing from Cali Thistle, but they'll need to be clinical today if they're going to get anything out of this game. It was a poor touch from Vigurs.
Cowie, Barrowman, McBain, Duncan. Bagheera clears. Black rises. Duncan. Vigurs. Hastings hugging the touchline. And he's going to deliver. Pedro Mendes on hand to clear. Monroe. Duncan. Straight at Ferguson. Rangers could start something. Miller tried a fancy flick. Hastings.
Well, it's when Inverness Caley Thistle are trying to create something up front that they have to really watch that back door. To give possession away, Rangers looking to counter-attack.
Cowie came to meet the throw. Novo. Sent back by Proctor. Duncan skipping away from Mendes. This is Vigers. Hastings. David Weir keeping a watchful eye. Mendes releasing Novo, and he's on his merry way. Novo's cross went behind Kenny Miller. Barrowman. Totally in his 13th season with Inverness now. McBain. Ahead of their match at Motherwell last week, Inverness actually used Rangers' training ground. Rangers not planning to be quite so generous today as Kenny Miller chases this. Chris Boyd was waiting. Novo also lurking on the edge of the area, but there was no decent supply from Miller. Hastings. Vigers. Broadfoot for Ferguson. Nacho Novo. Novo has seen the keeper off his line. What a tremendous try!
Well, that was brilliant. That wasn't bad thinking from Nacho Novo.
He certainly had Ryan Essen a tad worried. Weir for Miller. Mendes. Novo. Miller. Mendes. That's a clever ball from Pedro Mendes for Kirk Broadfoot. Not quite so clever from Broadfoot, but he has managed to dispatch it into the box. Ian Black. Cowie. That's poor, straight at Mendes. Boyd. Ferguson. Mendes. Papach. Mendes slipping. It has been raining most of the morning in Inverness.
Well, that was a poor ball from Mendes, but if you afford him so much time on the ball, he can just take one pass, one bit of brilliance from him. He'll open up the Inverness Caley Thistle defence. You can see both Boyd and Miller just playing on the edge, looking for that little gap, that run.
The Caledonian Stadium, hardly home sweet home for Inverness. They managed just 4 wins here in 2008. And they've taken just 1 point from the last 18 on offer here.
Yeah, you can see they're a side badly in need of a spark from somewhere. Don't have too much creativity in their side, and I think that might cause it.
Hastings. Barrowman for Cowie. Now McBain. Promising build-up. McBain's cross. Andy Barrowman. Short of goals lately.
Yeah, well, they work it well, but they just don't look like they have a cutting edge, the home side. Everything's done a little bit obvious, one tempo.
Barrowman leading the line today, scored 29 goals for Ross County last season, helping them win the second division title, but his step up has proved rather trickier. He hasn't scored since September. Sasa Papac then with his throw. Davy Weir. Bugera. His thigh injury took a little longer to heal than expected, hence he missed the Old Firm game. And Rangers could have done with him for that.
Well, they have achieved, the home side, what they set out to, and that is not concede an early goal. Always important against the Old Firm, but now they can't go slack. Need concentration right throughout this match.
Totally. Ferguson guarding his own area. Kenny Miller trying to roll Proctor. Miller took a sore one. Don Cowie. McBain. Oh, he skipped past Papac. Opportunity knocks for Inverness Cali Thistle. The Figers and McGregor called into action. He reacted so well.
I don't know how much he knew about it, but still a great save. Right position at the right time. It's a lovely ball in as well. It's got enough pace on it, and that's a great save. He comes across from the front post and guesses right, gets his body up. What a chance though for Inverness Cali Thistle.
Bugera. Oh, crucial save from Alan McGregor to foil Ian Vigers. Monroe wrestling with Boyd. Broadfoot, Mendes. Davis. Duncan. McBain, who set up that opportunity, and he escaped from Papac. It's going to be a Rangers throw.
That's what you want when you're playing four in midfield. McBain skipping past Papac, and then the opposite midfielder from the left side, Vigers, coming in with a decent header, but just straight at McGregor. And I don't think the manager can believe that they're not one up.
Sort of chances that don't come along very often against the Old Firm for the likes of Inverness.
No, exactly right. That's what I said before the match. They have to be clinical when they do come their way, because at the moment, even with that chance, Rangers look very comfortable. You just feel that the home side are going to be opened up at any point.
Davis. Weir. Kenny Miller made the run. Ross Tokley having to turn away from Novo, but Papac is onto it. Mendes. Bugera. Davis. Ferguson. Papac. Sent away by Duncan. Ferguson's error. Cowie trying to claim the throw for Kelly. No chance.
It's difficult for the home side because they're not sure exactly what kind of high line to hold.
Nachanova's got away from Tokley. Proctor gets there ahead of Miller.
Yeah, the problem is, Ian, if they push too far up the park, then that allows the likes of Kenny Miller in behind. If they sit too far back, that invites Rangers onto them. So they've got to get a balance in between there and hope they stay tight.
Papac for Davy Weir. Bugera. Mendez. Davis. Here's Weir. Papac. Kenny Miller finding some space and threading it through neatly to Ferguson. Cross easily claimed though by Essen.
Those are the balls though that I think Inverness Calithus will have to watch, and that's where I think they may eventually be beaten. Down the channel, in between full back and centre half.
Miller. Papac. Totally stepping in front of Novo, and that's actually stayed in. So David Weir has to come across. Tokley. Cut out by Novo, who's going to receive it now from Miller. Ominous this for Inverness. But a strange choice from Nacho Novo.
It was a strange choice, got that one all wrong. And it's a problem for Rangers. The wide area of midfield. Davis likes to tuck in a little bit. Walter Smith knows that. They are a little bit narrow at times. Nacho Novo's not a true winger. Sometimes his end product's not quite up to standard. And today they really need to try and stretch the home side as much as possible with some width so they can use those channels.
Davis. Mendez. Papac. Novo. Weir. Miller. David Proctor playing it safe. No Phil Maguire at the back for Inverness today. He has flu. Cally Thistle without a clean sheet since the opening day of the season when they won at Aberdeen. 22 games since. Cowie. Hastings. It's missed by Mendez and Cowie, although there was a shove by Mendez.
Well, Rangers started sharply. Nice, neat passing. That's gone a little bit now. It's also really important for Rangers, the way that Inverness Cally Thistle are playing with the 1-1 up front. It means that Papac and Broadfoot should be bombing on all day, getting plenty possession and service delivery into the box.
Inverness did beat Rangers here a couple of Christmases ago. The last gasp winner from John Rankin. in the final days of Paul Le Guen's spell as manager. Rangers, though, we've pretty much seen them off since. Russell Duncan. The free kick is up for offside, in fact, against Chris Boyd. Monroe launching it towards Barrowman, and Don Cowie struck it well, and it wouldn't stick with McGregor, but he's recovered to smother.
Well, yet again, it's a chance for the home side. Falls nicely, it just bounces before McGregor. That was the problem, made it difficult for the keeper.
Here they go again. Totali's cross is headed away by Bugera. Davis up towards Miller. Nice touch from Kenny Miller, and he's got away from Proctor. Weir, Davis, Papac, Mendez, Novo. Big shout from Ryan Essen. Heard all around Inverness, I think.
And also the right idea to supply Barrowman quickly.
Cali Thistle will be encouraged that they have had a couple of sights of goal. Ferguson asking a lot of Broadfoot. Far too much, in fact.
Well, Rangers need to lift it. This game has gone very low-key now. Played more or less at the same pace. It's up to the away side to come here and take all 3 points after Celtic's result yesterday. I'd expect a little bit more sharpness.
Ian Black gets a second chance. Doesn't take that either. There's actually been a power cut in Inverness, which is why the floodlights have gone off, but it shouldn't really be a problem with the earlier kick-off. Although, having said that, it's quite a gloomy day.
And it seems to have affected the match as well. The power cuts after a bright start.
Boyd, Monroe for McBain. Came with him rather awkwardly, prompting a handball shout from David Weir. Novo. Boyd let it go. He's got it back now, though not for long. David Proctor blocked his route. Rangers will try another route. Davis. Novo couldn't really take it out of his feet. It all seems remarkably low tempo this as we head towards the half-hour mark. The Caledonian Stadium hardly attracts an atmosphere though, it's pretty open. Callie Thistle have asked 1 or 2 questions of Rangers, but Russell Duncan unable to pose a third.
You can see why Rangers struggle a little bit at times away from home. With the initial 30 minutes of this match, haven't really created too much. Yeah, the home side have had at least one very, very good chance.
Just 5 away wins from 10 games in the SPL this season for Rangers, compared to 8 for Celtic, who do seem rather more ruthless and clinical on their travels. But plenty of time for Rangers to sort themselves out here.
Yeah, it's that word that Walter Smith has used a few times recently, consistency.
Here's Papach though, Kenny Miller. Broadfoot eventually arrives on the scene. Mendes, lovely flick. Miller, unable to barge his way through, and Stephen Davis volleys it straight at Ryan Essen.
And even though the home side have managed to give as good as they've gotten so far, you just feel it's a matter of time before Rangers create that one chance, and that one wasn't far away.
McBain for Cowie. McBain chasing that. Hounded by Broadfoot. He will no doubt leave this throw for Richard Hastings. Hastings, Duncan. Black. Barrowman for Hastings. Inverness bottom of the table after Hamilton's victory yesterday, and their next SPL fixture is against the Ackies. Crunch game, but then every match is critical when you're in their position. Tigers robbed Broadfoot, and this time sets up Ian Black, who was aiming for the top corner. Craig Brewster in his second spell as Callie Thistle manager, feeling the heat just now. Ferguson for Davis, now Kenny Miller. Grant Munro can clear it though, still no breakthrough.
But when Rangers get forward, it all looks a bit frantic defensively for Inverness.
That's trickled off Kenny Miller. Goal kick. Andreas Velichka on the bench for Rangers today, hasn't played for them since August, been a bit of a forgotten man, but now that Jean-Claude Darcheville has left, he's set to become rather more involved.
Yeah, it's certainly an option for Walter Smith. That's something he hasn't got too much of up front.
Proctor for Cowie. David Weir deals admirably with that. Mendes. Boyd. Davis. Broadfoot. Ferguson. Miller. looking for Boyd, and David Proctor doing his duty.
He did really well there, Proctor. It's a good ball from Kenny Miller. It's that channel I was talking about earlier, but Proctor read it.
Mendes, Novo. Totally sent it away, but only to Mendes, and now Broadfoot. 10 minutes to half-time. Davis, Ferguson. Miller let it go for Broadfoot. Davis. Kenny Miller. Well, their next SPL game is at home to Falkirk. Then they've got some really testing matches, facing Aberdeen and Celtic away, and Dundee United at home. Rangers do have a 10-day break after this match until they go to the First Division leaders St Johnstone in the Scottish Cup. Novo. Poor pass. Duncan. Vigers, whose early header tested Alan McGregor. Ian Black now, and it's opened up considerably for Black to have a go. Just bounced in front of McGregor, but he was right behind it, really.
Well, that's always worth a go. If you get 25, 30 yards out, there's not much happening ahead of you. It's a greasy surface today. You can see the home side have had more goal attempts.
Rangers need to up the ante. Mendes. Ferguson. Miller. Stephen Davis. Pedro Mendes. Barry Ferguson for Kenny Miller. Nicely done by Miller, and Chris Boyd, closely guarded by David Proctor again, did enough to put him off.
Well, he did, and again, it's the assist maker, Miller. Great ball in.
The strikers linking up. Inverness were 5 down at half-time at Ibrox a couple of months ago. Faring rather better on their own patch this time around.
Yeah, but I think this time around the Rangers are playing into Inverness's hands with the pace of the game that they're sticking to. It's making it much easier to defend against. Craig Brewster knows there's always one extra man there at the moment, with them sitting so deep. But the side are battling away, and they're in such a tricky position at the bottom of that table.
Mendes, Ferguson, Hastings charging in. Monroe. Black. Nothing doing for Duncan. Weir. Davis. Broadfoot striding outside of him. Broadfoot up against Hastings. It's Davis to deliver, and Chris Boyd wants a piece of that. Essen cleared it, but only to Mendes, and Boyd was offside anyway, and it came off him anyway. Final 5 minutes of the first half.